everyone, this is an introduction to sequences. In your book, this is 7.1. Alright, what are the example of sequences? So for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth and so on. So you know that that is 6, 7, 8. Or let's say, for example, 5, 10, 15, 20. Of course, you can easily say that it is 24, 25, 30, 35. Or you may have something like 1, 4, 9, 16. And what do you think will be the next one? As you can see, this one is 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. So therefore this is 5 squared, which is going to be 25, 36, 49. Or sometimes it's going to be like -4, 8, -16, 32, and so forth and so on. So all of these one are sequences. Now, what are the notations that we use for sequences? We use this notation U sub n to denote the sequence. Okay? And this symbol means first term, the first term, second term, and so forth and so on. This symbol means n minus 1 term. Okay, n minus 1 term. Let's try to have an example. So let's say that the sequence U sub n is equal to n times n plus 1. So if this is your sequence, your first term, your U sub 1 is equal to 1 times 1 plus 1 equals 2. Your U sub 2, meaning n equals 2, 2 times 2 plus 1 equals 6. Your U sub 3 is 3 times 3 plus 1 is equal to 12. So let's try until U sub 4. 4 times 4 plus 1 is equal to 20. So therefore, our sequence now, U sub n is equal to, or I don't need to write this down because there's a formula. Our sequence now will be 2, 6, 12, 20, and so forth and so on. Okay? In other book, they use the symbol T sub n instead of U sub n. Then they use T sub 1 instead of term sub 1. Okay? It doesn't matter, basically. So, what are the skills that you need to know for you to be able to pass the examination? Well, the first one is you should know, the first skill that you must know is to find the nth term. To find the nth term. Okay? So how shall we find the nth term? So for example, you have 3, 7, 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. So as you can see from here, this one is equal to, or you get the next term by adding plus 4. See, all of that is plus 4. All of this is plus 4, plus 4. And this type of sequence is what do we call as arithmetic sequence. Arithmetic sequence is a sequence wherein there is a common difference. Okay? There is a common difference. And for you to be able to find the next term, you add that difference. To find the next term, we add the common difference. Okay, what does it mean? It means what is the number after 19? So we add, the difference is 4. So add plus 4, 23, plus 4, 27, plus 4, 31. That's the meaning of that. Okay? Now, all arithmetic, please remember, all arithmetic sequence, the nth term, okay, the nth term follows this formula. A n plus b. So this is the formula for the nth term. All right, a n plus b, wherein the a is the common difference. A is the common difference. Common difference. In our example, our common difference is 4. Our A is 4. And then, how shall you get the B? So, the B can just be simply taken by this. You may take the u sub 1. You know the u sub 1 will happen if n is equal to 1. So, knowing that your A is equal to 4, therefore, let's plug it in this equation. Our first term, what is our first term? The first term was 3. Our first term is 3 is equal to our A is 4 times, that's the first term, plus the B. So 3 minus 4 is equal to B. B is equal to minus 1. So therefore, the u sub n, the formula for the nth term, is now equal to 4n minus 1. Okay, so that's how you're gonna find the nth term of this sequence. Let's try to have more example. So let's say that I have this one in your book. So example 2, exercise 7.1, number 1, letter number 2. Number 2, letter, sorry, not number 2, but number 3. Number 3, letter A. Okay, it says 7, 13, 19, 25, 31. Again, our nth term is in this form, an plus b, where a is the common difference. So what is the common difference? 13 minus 7 is 6. That is 6, that is 6, that is 6. So therefore, we know that this is an arithmetic sequence. So therefore, this is the form of our answer. Okay, this is the format of our answer. It's always, every time you have an arithmetic sequence. So what is your A? Your A is equal to 6 because it is the common difference. So let's find the B. Our u sub 1 is 7. The first term is 7. So therefore, a n plus b becomes 6n. Your n is 1. If u sub 1 is 7, it means n equals 1. 6 times 1 plus b is equal to 7. So 6 plus b is equal to 7. So b is equal to 1. Okay? So therefore, our u sub n is equal to 6n plus 1. Okay, if you want to check, you check this is the term 3. Okay, 19. It says u3 equals 19. Let's check. N is equal to 3. So 6 times 3 plus 1 is 19, which is our third term, correct? So therefore that formula is actually correct. Now, let's try to have an example before I proceed to another type of sequence, or another example is that, let's say you have number exercise 7.1, number 1, and letter J. Okay, it says the u sub n is equal to negative 1 to the power of n. Sorry, I still have a little bit of flu. 7n squared. And what we want to know, okay, what we want to find out is the first 3 terms of each sequence. Okay, the first 3 terms of each sequence. So the first 3 terms, let's take the u1. The u1 meaning to say n is equal to 1. Okay, n is equal to 1. So therefore that is negative 1 to the 1. 7 times 1 is squared. So this one is negative 1. And then this one is 7. So the answer is negative 7. If n equals 2, that will be our u2. So the u2 is negative 1 raised to 2 times 7 times 2 raised to 2. So this one is equal to positive 1. Okay, and then this one will be 7 times 4. So that will be 28. It says first 3 terms. So if n is equal to 3, then u sub 3 is equal now to negative 1 raised to 3 times 7, 3 raised to 2. So again, that is negative. And then this one is 7 times 3 times 3, 9. Okay. So therefore, this one is negative 63. So therefore, the first 3 terms will be negative 7, 28, negative 63. So this is the answer for that. Now, what do you mean by this symbol? U sub n plus 1. Look at example, look at letter H. The H of your book says U sub n plus 1 is equal to U sub n over U sub n plus 2. And your U1 is equal to 2. It means, this one means, this n meaning, the n meaning nth term. The n plus 1 meaning n plus 1 term. This is the term after the nth term. Okay? The term after the nth term. So, if your u1 is equal to 2, we are looking for the u2. Again, the term after u1 is u2. What does it mean? According to the problem, it is your un, or it is your first term, all over the first term plus 2, which will give you what? u1 is 2 over 2 plus 2, then that will give you 2 over 4, or 1/2. Okay, let's try to find now the u3. The u3 says the u2 over u2 plus 2. That's the meaning. So the u2 is 1 over 2 over. u2 is 1 over 2 over 1 over 2 plus 2. Let us simplify this one. That is 1 over 2 over 1 plus 5 over 2, which is the same as 1 over 2 times 2 over, why did I say 1 over 5? That's 1 over 4. Oh my goodness. The pen. So 1 over 4. So this is now 2 over 5. So as you can see, you can cancel the 2. So the correct answer now is 1 out of 5. So these are the first 3 terms of the sequence. Okay? Now, in your IGCSE, you also have, for example, this one. I don't know if you remember, but you have the 1. Then you have this triangle 1, 2, 3. Then you have this one. Correct? And this is what you call as the triangular numbers, wherein that is 1, that is 3, that is 6, and that is 10. If you want the 5th term, then you will have this one. Okay? So, which will be equal to your 15. So, that is the triangular numbers. In exercise 7.1, number 2, an expression for the nth triangular number. So, this triangular number is this. N times n plus 1 over 2, according to question number 2. And you're being asked, what is u sub 20? The 20th triangular number. So u sub 20 is just 20 times 20 plus 1 all over 2. You can cancel the 20. That is 10. That is 1. So therefore, this is now equal to 10 times 21 is equal to 210. So therefore, if you have 210 dots, then you will still create a triangle. Okay, so that is the meaning of the exercise 7.1 number 2. All right, you try to do the other exercises. They're basically the same on what we have discussed. Okay. Oh, by the way, before I proceed, before I end this one, I know that in your IGCSE, you also have the, what do you call this one? Quadratic sequence. So quadratic sequence. When you say quadratic sequence, it is the sequence we're in. Okay, quadratic sequence is a sequence wherein it forms a quadratic equation. So for example, 2, 5, 10, 17, 26. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 10 minus 5 is 5. 17 minus 5 is 7. Then 26 minus 17 is 9. But then take a look that 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. 9 minus 7 is 2. So the second difference are all equal. Okay? The first difference are not equal. If the second difference are all equal, then that is quadratic sequence. It is quadratic sequence because it follows the form an squared plus bn plus c. Okay? But I think in your exam, it did not give you too difficult question like this one. Okay? So, this is now your u sub n. So we will have another video about this quadratic sequence. Let's try to look at the formula for this one. What do you think is the formula for this? So you have the 2, then you have the 5, then you have the 10, 17, 26. As what I've told you, it will not normally in your exam, it's something easy only without this, right? So normally it's just an squared plus c. So you just need to play around with it. Okay, so the answer there is actually n squared plus 1. Okay? I think I will just, because this video will be too long, I will just have a quadratic sequence in the next video. Thank you.